Hey folks, this is Scott from Liquid Daffodil again, and today we're going to look at setting up and managing Cortana commands with Cortanium. So the first thing we'll do is load the app and walk through setup. First thing that you're prompted for is to enter your initiation phrase. Now this is the phrase that Cortana will recognize to pass commands over to Cortanium. So for example, you would say, "Hey Cortana," and Cortana would come up, and then you could say, "Hey, get my horoscope," or you could say, "Please get my horoscope." For this demo, we're going to say Yoda, so this will give us the ability to say, "Yoda, get my horoscope," "Yoda, have Jennifer Aniston call me," "Yoda, what's my OneDrive space?" You're also prompted to enter your zodiac sign. I'm a Gemini, so we'll select Gemini. It's going to ask us to access location. I'm going to say yes. This gives Cortanium the ability to do things like mark your current location, get your elevation, your what three words location, things like that. Anything related to location, we'll say next. You can enable OneDrive commands. It's going to prompt you to enter in your live ID. We'll say sign in. You can enable SharePoint commands. We're going to skip that for this demo, but this will give us the ability to talk to Office 365 online and do things like check out documents, check in documents, and perform different SharePoint functions, which is pretty cool. We're going to skip Foursquare. Foursquare commands will give us the ability to say, for example, check me in here, and Cortana can then pass information on to Cortanium, and she can find where you're at in your location and check you in, for example, at Chipotle. We don't have a Microsoft band connected. If we had a Microsoft band connected for this demo, we could then enable Microsoft band commands like sending our band a tone or getting other information like our heart rate. And that's it. We're ready to go. It's going to set up Cortanium. And by default, Cortana has got about, let's see, what is this, about 12 commands that are enabled. Movie and TV show recommendations. You can generate a random password, get some random facts, start a timer. For example, we could say, "Yoda, start a 5-minute timer," and that'll start counting down. Netflix roulette's kind of fun. You can just get a random show from Netflix. But one of the key elements here is the ability to add additional commands. So if we press the plus sign, we have some additional commands that are not yet enabled. So for example, I could say I want random insults. I want a fake phone call. I want to enable the shutdown, restart, lock, log off commands. I want to change the system theme command. Now this is a cool command. This can unlock the hidden dark theme in Windows 10. What three words location, we'll add clout score, and we'll say okay. So we'll notice that these commands have now been added and Cortanium will recognize them, but some of them take some setup. So let's go to clout score. If we click the configure icon, we can put in our Twitter screen name, and then that's configured. So when we go to ask for our clout score, we can connect to clout through our Twitter screen name. Change system theme and shutdown both have the same configuration. These require an additional third-party element to be installed. What happens is this is going to go out to the web and it's going to install this Click Once app so that these technically unsupported commands can be active on your machine. So you could ask Cortana, you could say, for example, "Yoda restart" or "Yoda log off." And this is pretty cool. So when we say install, we'll say save, and depending on your security settings, it may prompt you and say, "Do you trust this?" And of course you'll say yes, because I'm extremely trustworthy. If it's complete, it's going to show you this screen that says Cortanium is now ready for these following commands: shut down, restart, suspend, log off, lock computer, and change system theme. It's important to note that if you do not have a browser that supports Click Once, like Internet Explorer Edge, this will not work. Chrome and Firefox do not support Click Once commands without a lot of work. So you can go ahead and close that. We can close that, and now you're all set up for system theme and shutdown commands. Let's walk through a couple of different things that you can do here. If you aren't sure what you should ask for a command, you can tap on any command and get an example of what you need to say to Cortana to activate the command. So here I'm in a mark a spot command. I can press this icon.
Mark me here.
So we'll listen to that again.
Yoda, mark me here.
So you'll notice that Cortana said, "Yoda, mark me here." This is what we need to say to get Cortana to mark a spot. Or if we were to go, for example, to fake phone calls, we can listen to how we ask Cortana to have Bill Gates call.
Yoda, have Bill Gates call me.
So it's fairly simple, and you can always get a list of sample commands and recommendations on command. Some of them have a lot of variations. So if we were to go to TV show recommendations, we could say recommend a comedy TV show from 2010, recommend a TV show from 2010, or just recommend a TV show. We can hear an example.
Yoda, recommend a comedy TV show from 2010.
Great. So a couple more things I want to look at, just so that you're familiar with them. In the drawer menu, we've got a getting started video, request command, change phrase, and change theme. Let's look at change theme real quick. Essentially, you're just going to toggle between dark and light theme and say update. And you'll notice how we now have the dark theme. Change phrase, if you decide you don't want Yoda, you could say Spock, or you could say please. You could change this at any point, and it's going to change this in Cortana. And then, of course, you could listen to an example. So if I say please and update, it's going to go and update all of our Cortana commands, and then I can listen to an example.
If you were using Hey Cortana, you would say Hey Cortana, please get my horoscope. If Cortana is already open, you would just say please get my horoscope.
So really simple, really intuitive. We're going to update it back to Yoda because I just prefer that. And of course, when you update that, that's going to update your speech definitions for your language. We can also go in and request a command. If you have a command that you'd like to have added Cortana, you can request that there simply by requesting a command. And if you have any kind of a support issue at all, please, we encourage you. We love to help you. If you're having issues, contact us at support@liquiddaffodil.com. So let's go in and actually use some of these commands to see how they work. So if we were to bring up Cortana, we could say, Yoda, get my horoscope.
Consulting the stars. Suffering from a body pains is high on the card. Try to avoid any physical exertion that would put more stress on your body. Remember to take sufficing rest.
So that's funny, and I see that we've got a typo in that, but that's cool. So let's do a couple more commands. Let's ask for a interesting fact. Yoda, tell me a fact.
Okay, get ready. The cruise liner, Queen Elizabeth II, moves only 6 inches for each gallon of diesel that it burns.
Okay, great, cool. Let's do another one. How about this? Yoda, have Bill Gates call me.
Notifying Bill Gates. Bill Gates will be calling you in shortly.
Oh, look at that, and Bill Gates called me. So that's pretty cool. So hopefully this has been helpful to you as a little getting started. Please, if you have any issues at all, contact us at support@liquiddaffodil.com. We love creating Cortanium for you, and we hope you love using it as much as we love creating it.